You're listening to Lore Friendly with Kris Takahashi and Alice Bell.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic, Kris. I am a little bit tipsy, a little bit sugar rushy, and 100% ready to record this podcast at 10 o'clock at night. Oh my god, it's so late.
Is that your bedtime? That surprises me. Seems a little early for someone your age.
Nah, my bedtime's like... I like to be in bed for 11, and then I stay up until 2 o'clock watching YouTube videos. Because I don't have any energy after like 9.
Wait, did you say U2 or YouTube?
YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was just imagining you just jamming to Bono and...
No, yeah, that's part of my bedtime routine, you know, take off my makeup, put on my face mask, listen to U2. Like, yeah. Nothing sets me up for bed more, okay?
Yeah. Basically, the Assassin's Creed of musical groups, more or less. U2.
Literally. I mean, you get it and you don't even want it.
Yeah.
You want iTunes? Here's some U2. You want a microphone? Here's some Assassin's Creed. Like, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, but no. I'm gonna look that gift horse in the mouth, you know? And I'm gonna get my nose chomped off.
One of our listeners did actually win last week's contest.
Yay!
To play Assassin's
One
Creed
entrant.
Yeah.
So thank you.
No, we probably had millions, but after they saw the answer was already
they were like,
there,
oh shit, mate. We should probably check, like, see how much the views on that podcast went up.
Probably by like 4 or 5.
Let's have a look at the analytics.
No, we already established this. We established this. YouTube is broken. They're like missing at least 4 or 5 zeros on our view counts.
Oh fuck! Okay, so I just loaded up my Google Chrome, and it opened up onto a YouTube video that has really, really loud startup music, and it just scared me shitless. Fuck. I would just like clicked on, and then suddenly do. It's like, oh god.
Now you know how I feel when I go to the movie theater. It's just like, why is this so loud?
Actually hearing things.
I'm old.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, I did, in anticipation of watching Star Wars, I did purchase a set of earplugs.
Oh my god, Kris, that's so cute.
Yeah, they're like $20. You just put them in your ears. They're supposed to be used for rock concerts and stuff and clubs, but I'm going to use it for the movie theater because I'm old.
Oh, Kris.
Because when we went to like watch Blade Runner, it was just like, when I left the theater, my ears were ringing. I was just like, no, this can't be
To be fair,
normal.
it was a pretty intense score, and Star Wars is more of the same.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. This movie is not worth damaging my ears.
It might be. It might be the last thing you ever hear, and it'll just be perfect. You'll know true happiness before you lose your hearing.
Is the movie supposed to be that good?
Oh, it's not come out yet. How am I supposed to know? It's not like I have like red carpet access or anything.
I'm surprised Twitter hasn't spoiled it already.
Spoiler alert, Chewbacca.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord.
Jar Jar is Chewie.
Yeah. The Game Awards.
Yes, they happened.
Thoughts on Game of the Year, any of the categories? Because Breath of the Wild won game.
One of the ones that I noticed that I did quite like, I think it was Best Narrative. So I've not been playing much games recently, but one of the games that did really interest me was I think it's The Story of Edith Finch, something like that. And that has
I've heard
a fantastic narrative. Really good, really interesting way of doing it. Some really like hard-hitting moments, so I'm glad that they won Best Narrative. Because that was... I can hear you typing away trying to find it.
Yeah, it's What Remains of Edith Finch. I don't want you to lose your video game cred.
That's the one. Yeah, that won Best Narrative, and I was happy for that. But the other categories, to be honest, I've been pretty antithetic towards.
Well, it costs money to play AAA games and stuff.
Yeah, I have no money. I spend it all on lipstick.
Game of the Year category, obviously, is the one that's going to stand out to me.
It's the one that they put on video game covers and stuff. Nobody's going to boast about Best Narrative.
Yeah. What do you think about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds being alongside all these other games, great AAA games?
It seems like a very token nod. to the indie community.
To a specific genre.
Yeah.
Multiplayer battle royales.
Yeah, it seems like, oh, well, we've got all these big names and we might as well throw this one in. Just so we're not excluding them. It feels to me like how the Oscars will nominate one movie that you know is never going to win Best Picture. Because it is an Oscar bait kind of thing.
But usually those movies are the best movies. In this case, it's more like, I don't know, it's kind of like it's a phenomenon. It's something that everyone who's played video games, even if they don't play that particular genre, have heard about it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's an interesting choice. But I mean, I guess you have to kind of include one of those just to like check all the boxes. I don't know. Has like a sports game ever been at the end, or is like sports games, are those more like comedies at the Oscars? They just never win.
Honestly, I don't.
We should have done more research.
Yeah.
Like in 2016, was there a weird like game that was just purely off the cuff?
VGA's 2016.
Well, Overwatch might qualify as one of those games, right? It's multiplayer.
Yeah, I feel like Overwatch is more of like a. Oh, I've just got your message through.
20 minutes later. Discord, people. I sent Alice a text message like 20 minutes ago. And you're just getting it now. Discord.
Yeah,
Quality.
literally just popped up. I was like, why is Kris messaging me? I found the link.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe Titanfall 2 was that kind of
okay. Man, last year
game
sucked.
in that category, because Overwatch was like a sensation. It is a massively popular video game, whereas Titanfall 2 has been largely regarded as being an economic failure, from what I can remember.
It does feel like the criteria is pretty wide for Game of the Year. Like, it could be pretty much anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I do think Breath of the Wild is like the safe, easy choice.
Yeah.
It was an awesome game. It's open world. It's very interactive. I mean, there's just all these little small details that Nintendo puts into their open world games that make it a little bit more immersive. So
Yeah.
I do think Breath of the Wild is a good choice. I haven't played Super Mario. I've watched on YouTube Horizon Zero Dawn. That just seems more like your straightforward AAA. It's just like very polished, very nice. Of course, my choice would have been Persona 5.
Did Persona 5 even get a look in at all at the awards? I think I remember seeing it pop up as a nomination, but I don't think it actually...
Yeah, it is nominated for Game of the Year. It was the 5th nomination.
Ah.
And to me, that's like the one game that just doesn't have an equal in terms of the genre. Like, Breath of the Wild is an open world game, and there's other open world games out there, and Horizon Zero Dawn, for instance, is something like that. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds was kind of like a big thing, but I mean, I feel like even like a battle royale type thing has been something that's been done before. Super Mario Odyssey, it's just, I haven't played it, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah.
But Persona 5 is just like a singular genre. There's nothing really else like it, so that's why I would have liked for it to get more publicity, but the fact that it was even nominated was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Dating Sims would be like the closest thing that shares some elements, but it's still nothing like Dating
Since when
Sims
has a
either.
dating sim been nominated for a VGA?
I mean, it shares those kind of social aspects,
Yeah.
but dating sims aren't really games, right?
No, they're
I mean,
more like
they're
choose
text
your own
adventures,
adventures.
yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, depending on your definition of a game, but still.
Yeah, but there's nothing else like it, so I thought that should have been Game of the Year, but obviously I'm not too disappointed with Breath of the Wild. It was a great game.
So, another big thing about happened at the VGAs was...
It's actually the Game Awards, isn't it? It's not the Video Game Awards, it's just Game Awards.
Yeah, but I think it's abbreviated to
Okay.
VGAs. I think.
Okay.
Don't take my word for it. I might have been mishearing it all my life, and it's actually TGAs.
Well, VGA is like the name of like a cable. it's a connector. You can connect your computer to a monitor using a VGA connection. It's like HDMI.
Yeah, but if you search for VGAs, then it comes up with the Game Awards.
Type VGA in Google.
I
bet
have.
you anything. I will bet you an Assassin's Creed Origins copy of the game.
Fuck up. Okay, no. Okay, so... so what... I think the VGAs is a different video game award.
It's an award for the best monitor cable in consumer electronics.
I've got it, okay? it was basically preceded by the Spike VGAs. And now it's
And
just
the
the
DVI
Game
Awards.
Awards. Fuck off.
The HDMI Awards.
I hate you so much.
The RGB Awards. Best red, green, blue cable.
I hate you so much.
I wonder who won that year. Was it the RGB or the HDMI? You think that one? It's hard to tell.
This close from trying to like slap you through the microphone right now. Okay. You upset me so much, Kris. But at the Game Awards, there was a new trailer released.
Oh, that's right.
For
That's right.
Stranger Things 3, Death Stranding.
What did you think?
What is there to think about the work of our Lord and Savior, Hideo Kojima? What is there to say, Kris?
When I watched it, I was confused. I mean, is this a movie? Is it a game? I mean,
we have seen
what?
nothing that alludes to video game mechanics so far. Nothing. All we know so far is that Norman Reedus is scanned in to a computer.
Space Daryl.
And Mads Mikkelsen.
Space Hannibal.
And maybe Guillermo del Toro.
Space Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. And demon babies. And ink.
Yes. Inside your esophagus. First of all, like, that's the wrong hole, as you and I both know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on...
Depends on what you're trying to accomplish here, but... I don't know if Hideo failed his biology class in high school, but that's not the hole where babies come from. It's a little bit more south. It's a little bit lower.
And different gender, generally.
Yes. Yeah, maybe he saw that Schwarzenegger movie where the man had the baby. He's like, oh.
What?
There was a movie about a man having a baby.
That sounds upsetting.
Yes, it is upsetting to look at. Arnold Schwarzenegger pregnant. But, yeah, in general, the whole vibe of the movie, like, it's like, oh, that's cool and weird, but it's hard to get excited about it. I don't know. I mean, it's easy to get interested in it, but it's hard to get excited about playing it because I don't know what we're playing.
Yeah, I'd love to have some kind of idea what the actual mechanics are. Like, Hideo Kojima's games have always been, at least up until MGS5, because we all know how I feel about MGS5. It's always been a good combination of narrative and fantastic gameplay. Whereas I feel like MGS5 swung too much in the direction of mechanics over gameplay, and I feel like he's going to the complete other end of the spectrum now.
Yeah.
At least from the last... How many previews have been given? It's been like 3 years?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know who is responsible for the gameplay. It's because developer teams, like with any kind of video game franchise, it's not just one guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
but if
maybe there's one guy asking for certain things. Is this possible? Is that possible? But we don't know just how much of the game was made by a singular vision or whatever, as opposed to maybe some of the earlier 1980s games where it was just one dude, like as a programmer, one dude as a story person, and they just make a game together. Whereas now they're just like huge sprawling companies. So
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe he didn't bring over the gameplay people, but
then there needs to be some gameplay if you're going to preview it at the Game Awards, not the VGAs, the Game Awards.
Well, isn't he just a person who's always wanted to make movies?
I saw this thing on Twitter the other day. Someone was saying, wouldn't Hideo Kojima just be happy at making movies? And then they were like, have you ever been to see a 30-hour-long movie? That's a very good point.
Well, that's why you break it up. I mean, Harry Potter was how many movies? It was 7 movies?
Yeah, I still don't think it was 30 hours.
That's true.
If you wanted to, and if you didn't want to eat, you could sit down and watch the entire Harry Potter.
Not the porno version. We're talking about the
you can sit down
one
and watch.
that's safe for kids.
Fuck off. You can sit down and watch the entire Harry Potter franchise in not 12 hours. I think I want to say 16. I'd say 16 hours. You can sit down and watch the entire Harry Potter franchise. Whereas, for example,
Metal Gear, the credits alone are probably 3 hours. So.
Yeah, they actually are. Before I left for university, we did a full gameplay of the entire MGS series. And we timed the credits, and I think it ended up at like 22, 23 minutes
Wow.
of credits. And of course, you've got to stick around for the credits, because you've got to stick around for the bonus phone call at the end.
Yes.
You can't miss it.
I always hate when I forget to look up. There's like a website that does this. Like, is there a post-credit scene?
Yeah.
And I always forget to look it up. So then when I'm in the movie theater, I'm like, oh, not only are my ears ringing, I have to sit through the final credits because I don't know if there's a post-credit scene.
Yeah. When we went to go see Thor, like the whole theater emptied out, and it was like, guys, you do know that this is a Marvel film. There is going to be a post-credit scene. It's only like 11 o'clock at night. You don't have to rush home that quickly.
In fairness, you could probably see it on YouTube, but it's not the same.
No. It's nice to like sit there in anticipation, you know?
But a Hideo Kojima film, I'm going home and watching that on YouTube. I'm not sitting there for 20 minutes reading him basically masturbate on screen.
We did count how many times he puts Hideo Kojima in the credits, and we don't have the data on that, I'm afraid. When it got to NGS4, it was just beyond. Just beyond. Like, it wasn't even ridiculous, it was just beyond.
It's become a parody of itself, more or less.
It was amazing. It was definitely a fun way to entertain myself through the 20 minutes of credits.
Insert new disc for more credits. So do you think you're going to play it on YouTube? You think you're going to get a PS4 Pro?
I mean, what I'm going to do is when it comes out, I'm going to go around to my friend's house. And we'll play it at his house. Because that is what we always do. When there is a game on the PlayStation that I like the look of, but because I don't have a PlayStation... It's something that we've done since we were, like, kids.
Yeah, the Xbox seems like a better machine just in terms of specs, but the PlayStation has, like, way more exclusives. It has The Last of Us. It has Red Dead Redemption 2. It has Death Stranding. I mean, it pretty much has everything. So I don't see a reason to get the Xbox if you're making a choice between the two. And I'm sure most people already have made the choice or bought both. Oh, that's right. Get an Xbox. Fallout 4 mods.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
Because you can get mods that actually add assets to the game. Original assets. You can get
Tales from the Commonwealth and Settlers of the Commonwealth. On Xbox. Crazy. PS4 you can't.
Yeah, no, you can't.
What am I saying? Yeah.
Everybody get an Xbox. Give us some more downloads. We're wonderful people. We deserve it.
Of course, we don't get paid for those mods.
No, we don't.
So maybe get a PS4. Okay. Shall we talk about Stranger Things then?
What an episode.
I had to like double check and make sure I was watching the same show. I was like, is this the bootleg version of The Last Jedi? I mean,
that is what everyone has said about this episode, and they're so right. Okay, so we finally get introduced to number 8. After having not seen her properly since the first episode. We saw her a little bit in episode 5 when she was scanning through her mum's brain, and that was just a younger version of her. And we finally got introduced to her. And her ragtag group of 80s stereotypes.
It's the Breakfast Club. The punk rock version of the Breakfast Club.
It's such a bad episode. Stranger Things is really good at characters, okay?
Yeah.
These are not really good characters.
No.
They are one-dimensional. They are an amalgamation of stereotypes and archetypes. So, like, you've got the badass punk rock guy, and you've got the big guy with a heart of gold, and you've got the cool, detached one, and you've got the crazy one who really doesn't offer anything to the group anyway, so why'd they keep her around other than to have, like, a token crazy girl?
Yeah. The Eggo waffles, basically, of characters. more or less. Reminds you of the 80s. Don't taste very good.
Maybe that's why Elle liked them.
Yeah.
They were like, you remind me of Weggos.
Yeah. We connect on this fundamental level of me wanting to eat you.
That could be taken badly. I don't think they're into cannibalism.
No.
So we missed Elle last episode. And so to make it up to us, we got an Elle-centric episode.
Yeah.
Which was absolute shit. In terms of the quality of the show, like, I mean, it's still better than an episode of Game of Thrones, but...
Well, we had the whole, like, Sith Lord training.
Let the hate flow through you.
Yeah. Whispering sweet nothings into her ear like a Palpatine.
And Elle was just like, I hate sand.
Yeah. It was basically like the Sith version of Luke's training. Yeah. And you know how he tries to lift that big object out of the fucking Dagobah pond?
Oh, fuck. Now I can't unsee it, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, God
and
damn it.
then you know how, why does Luke leave his training with Yoda? Because his friends are in danger, and
I've
got to save my
God,
friends.
Chris.
And so he leaves. Yeah.
And they're both outcasts.
Yes.
Yoda is basically They're both outcasts. They're both
I
on
felt
their
like I was
own.
watching a Skywalker film. I thought 11 was a long lost Skywalker, more or less. And then because it was the Sith version, because it was like the dark side version, they literally had her do a Darth Vader death grip pose.
Yeah.
On that one ball.
Now I can't. Oh, Chris, why did you say that? Now I can't ever
She literally
rewatch the episode.
She literally does the Darth Vader death grip, the choke grip.
I can't rewatch the episode now, Chris. Why would you do this to me?
As far as I'm concerned, her last name is Skywalker. It's Jane Skywalker.
I mean, all the Skywalkers do have the consistent trait of having really good hair.
Yes, the hair too.
And I feel like now that Elle's hair's grown in,
yes,
like it definitely fits.
It's
very,
very Skywalker-esque, I think.
I feel like she's definitely taking after Granddaddy Anakin.
Yes.
Granddaddy Annie.
So now we realize that these timelines are actually kind of close. They say that it happened a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Me thinks it's not so long ago.
Or so far away.
Yeah.
Instead it's... Shit, that's the thing. Where is Elle getting the money for all these bus rides?
No, she's definitely taken apart a few ATM machines or something like that. I mean, she did take the money from her aunt, right?
Maybe.
She like robbed her purse. They showed the scene where she looked in the wallet, and I mean, it's Elle. Elle can get money wherever she wants. She's a Skywalker. She uses the Force. She uses Darth Vader's death grip. I mean, it's done.
Okay, yeah,
sorted.
that's not an actual like plot hole. Then I thought I was being really clever and picky, but no, you've gone and ruined that for me, Chris. It's not like.
Should I cut that out? Then?
No, it's fine. I need to admit when I'm wrong sometimes.
Yes. It just shows how humble you are. You know?
Yeah, I'm the most humble person.
Yes. You're only right like 98.9% of the time.
More like 99.8.
Okay. And the other 0.2% is maybe like your Game of Thrones opinions or something.
Oh, that did something weird to my lips.
Yeah.
All right, what happened in the episode?
I just remember the training sequences. I just remember the Skywalker stuff. I don't remember anything else other than Punk Rock Breakfast Club. But yeah.
So Elle goes and finds 8. And 8's like, yo, we're sisters. And by the way, we're hunting down all the bastards who hurt us and like hurt your mum and stuff. Yeah. And then Elle's like, yeah, I can find people just by like seeing a photo of them. So they're like, shit, this is like the ultimate homing device, guys. And they use her to find the guy who electrocuted her mum. And then they go to try and kill him. And Elle kind of pussies out because she's a moral person. And she hasn't fallen too much into the dark side.
In the most predictable.
Yeah.
When they said like, is he alone? And she's like, yeah, that's the only person I saw. Well, then of course he's not alone. There's going to be somebody there. It's just like, yeah.
Good on those kids for calling 911.
Oh, yeah. That was like a thing, like when in elementary school in America, they're like teach you when, things are in trouble, call 911.
I used to get taught how to like dial 999 and things.
It's weird that she's number 8.
Yeah, who's...
Like, where's 9 and 10?
Where's 1, 2,
We
3,
know-
4, 5, 6, 7?
Well, we know 6 is running away because she's afraid of 7.
Because 7,
Because
8.
7, 8, 9.
I like how we were on the same page there.
But no, really, what's the number distinction? It doesn't mean something else, or is it like a sequence, like where there's actually 11 of these people?
I think I'm assuming that it means that there's like a sequence of those people, but
Right. So, I mean, why was 8 with 11? Where's 9 and 10?
yeah,
Where's,
where were they?
I don't know. It's interesting. Or maybe they're saving it for something else. A spin-off?
They're saving it for season 3. Calling it now, they're saving it for season 3.
What did you think of the revelation that Brenner is still alive? Was his name Brenner?
Is it a revelation
Papa?
though?
Wait, didn't she obliterate him? Didn't she
No, he got
disintegrate him
eaten
into
by
dust?
the Demogorgon.
Oh, maybe he's 8. No, maybe he's 9. Sorry, I fucked up that joke. Maybe he's 9 and Demogorgon 7 is what I was trying to say.
What you can do, Chris, is you can re-record that, and
Yes,
I'll give you a laugh.
No. Fuck it, it's over. Moment has passed.
There you go. You can just splice it together now. It's perfect.
Ah,
You've got a
maybe
laugh.
He was 9.
You can have your perfect little joke well executed. It'll be fine.
I just got the number wrong.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe he was 9, but yeah. Moment has passed. Joke was fucked up.
But I don't think it's a revelation. I think it's more like an insinuation. Like, I feel like they're probably going to want to bring him back for season 3. Like, they wouldn't have brought the actor back just for one season to do, like, a 5-minute scene with Elle. And he is obviously a
but why
massive
bring him
part of
back?
Elle's character development and stuff. But
We went through this in season 1. Why bring him back? It was a satisfying end for him.
because
to get eaten
sequels,
alive.
Chris. Horror movie villains never die.
That's true.
That is like the number one trope of horror movies. That the villain's never actually dead.
Is he like Freddy now? He's
Yes.
come in people's dreams and stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope he clips his fingernails this time.
Nice.
What else happened this episode?
The police came? Really, this was such a non-episode that didn't really need to happen.
It just was not a Stranger Things episode. It was
just like a complete genre shift. I miss Elle interacting with the kids. I've said it for 3 weeks in a row now. But that is where she truly fucking shines. Just reunite her with Mike, goddammit.
At least we only have 2 episodes left, and we should get a satisfying conclusion, I think. Now that Elle is coming back to save the day.
Watch it, the bus gets redirected. And she ends up running into 10. And they go off on some cool breakfast punk club hijinks.
No.
And
Reinvigorate the Thieves Guild. and
yeah, it's gonna be a mad one, man.
Become Archmage of Winterhold.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alduin is devouring the world, but you're just busy doing the side
Mm-hmm.
quest. You just got your mind on this, separate quest line. That's how it is.
You've got to collect all that nightshade for
Yeah. it's
one
true.
of those random radiant quests,
Or get those little jewels, Queen Berenzia's gems.
Gotta clear out Wolfstone Cave.
Never know. At the end, the old lady comes sit next to her, like really charming, and say, "Hey, I have a quest for you."
Oh, so, my grandchild, why's she really northern? She is in America.
I thought my impersonations were bad. It sounds nothing like that lady. The
You
bus
remind
lady.
me of my grandchild. And my grandchild used to like to go out and get me 5 bear skins. Do you think you could go out and get me 5 bear skins? What?
No, it would be Stranger Things so it'd be like 5 Eggo boxes or something. Yeah, from the 7-Eleven filled with bandits that have no names and just respawn every 10 minutes.
Yeah. Don't give them ideas. They're going to release an RPG next year.
Do you think it could stand on its own though?
No.
I doubt it. Like as far as like its own series, do you think 8 and the posse of cliche stereotypes?
No, it can't.
I guess that answers my question.
Maybe if it was a really poorly done network drama kind of thing. It's like someone had a really bad idea and the Stranger Things directors were like, we'll throw money in it. We'll throw this pilot in the middle of our series. It's fine.
It does kind of reek of like studio interference. Like, hey, we got this spin-off and it's just, we have this idea. We'd like you to put it into your very famous franchise, like a sneak advertisement.
Like, no, I really don't want to. They're like, no, you have to.
Yeah, I've been avoiding Stranger Things talks. Is that actually a thing? Because I can imagine it being a thing, that this is a potential spin-off.
I don't know. It seems like they were trying to pitch it as a spin-off and it just was not working. Did not get the reception they wanted. Maybe work on your side characters a bit more. Then we'd be interested.
Do you think they heard you?
Probably not.
You probably need to yell that a little louder.
I can't yell it a little louder, Chris. It is 11:15.
Yeah, don't do that. I haven't got my earplugs yet, so wait until that day.
I am comparable to movie theater surround sound.
I mean, you can reach 95 decibels, right? 85, I think, is like the limit of noise levels that are safe. So anything higher than that, and movies regularly go into the 90s. So.
Okay. Well,
so
I've learned something new today.
You're about 100 dB on a good day, right?
Yeah. It was really funny. I had to call up a taxi, and one of my friends was just like, "Oh my God, Alice, you speak so loud," and I was like, "I just want to sound alive."
You're like, what?
What? You what, mate? Oh dear. All right. Anything else?
No, I think we're good. We managed to ramble on for like an hour.
Somehow, again.
Yes, that's how we do it.
Oh man. Right, well, we will see you next week for the last 2 episodes of Stranger Things.
Yes, we're going to do it all at once. And then what should we do about The Last Jedi? I need to watch it,
When are you going to go see it?
Next week we're not going to talk about it, but
no.
The week after is Christmas, so before
then, so we can talk about The Last Jedi, and we can talk about the Star Wars Christmas special.
Okay. Yeah, that works then.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll stop recording. Wait, yeah, we should say goodbye. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
I was making some fudge for my Secret Santa, and it didn't work out. It didn't set properly. So we had fudge sauce on top of the crumble, on top of the ice cream, and it was just so much sugar. I'm not feeling drunk. I'm feeling like...
Oh, hyper.
Sugar drunk, yeah.
Bouncing off the walls.
Yeah. So this is going to be fun.
Well, it's okay, because my drawling voice is probably going to slow you down.
It's okay. Between us, we can get through this. It can't be any worse.
My slow, tired drawl.
It can't be any worse than recording the drunk cast.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to that one in a while or ever.
I think I listened to it a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Oh wow! Why would you subject yourself to that?
Because I was like, God, I am a really awful drunk. Let's prove how awful I am. And it was pretty awful. It was just way more dick jokes.
You and Joseph Ferris. That's this guy. This Game Awards guy. Did you watch that video?
The crazy guy who was like bashing EA and stuff. Yeah. The best thing is Jeff Keighley, who's like the host, he's always been like, yeah, we want the VGAs to be like the Oscars of the video game world. So when this guy was like, fuck the Oscars, it's just like, yeah, great. You do you, man. And of course he couldn't like...
He's a little bit like... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go on.
I was going to say, he reminds me a little bit of that Disaster Artist guy, where he's just long, slick hair, European.
Yeah.
Kind of just mumbles.
You mean Tommy Wiseau?
Yes, that's his name. I haven't watched that movie, though.
It's so bad. It's good. It's one of the bad it's good movies. I really want to see The Disaster Artist. Disaster Artist, actually. I've read the book.
Why, though? Why would you want to see a guy pretending to be a guy? I mean, it's just...
That's called
I don't know,
acting, Chris.
No, but it seems a little bit inauthentic, don't you think? Like, you have the original, and what makes it so charming and funny is because it's not fake, it's not script or acted. This guy is just weird and odd, and that's sort of the charm and the humor in it. And then you have a guy pretending to do that. It's just, it strikes me as like inauthentic, and I don't know. It might be good, but I haven't seen it. But it just, the concept strikes me as inauthentic.
I mean, I can't really say anything because I haven't seen the film, but I like all these biopics and stuff like that. And The Disaster Artist was actually a really fun read. Like, it adds so much to when you actually watch The Room. Like, the way that it was written was really entertaining. And the guy who plays Mark in The Room, I think he actually did like an audiobook version of it, and he captures Tommy Wiseau's voice perfectly. Okay. It is insanely good how good his impression is. It is incredible.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not that difficult of a voice to like impersonate, is it?
Oh, hi, Mark.
I mean, there's a certain, like, I don't know, it's like Schwarzenegger would be another example of just someone that's just not that difficult to impersonate, I would imagine. I'm not.
I feel like I think you should try it, Chris.
No,
You've made your bed. You lie in it.
Especially after I call them out. I do not do voices.
Definitely do it. Definitely do it, Chris. Chris.
Oh, we should actually start with the podcast.
That's okay. We've got our outtake now, so it's fine.